In this video, I'm going to be talking about all the things you can expect from Year 7. I've been a Year 7 form tutor for many, many years, so I'm totally used to all the different questions and concerns and excitements that Year 7s have. So I hope this video is helpful. Make sure to like and subscribe and add any questions you've got so I can answer them in future videos. So I thought I'd start with this quote: "The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it and join the dance," by Alan Watts. So let's consider some of the things that are going to be very different in secondary school from primary school. A big change is that instead of having one main teacher, you're going to have many different teachers for every subject. Now, this is a really great thing because it means you can have different relationships. You know, some teachers you'll find their teaching style maybe gels with your learning style a bit better. Others, might be a bit more difficult, but this is a good thing. It develops you as a learner. It helps you to see different people's passions for their different subjects. And all your teachers are going to be specialists in that particular subject. So they're going to really have all this knowledge to share with you. It can also be a challenge because it means that the teachers might have different ways of doing things. One of them might have certain expectations for how you write your answer in your book or how you do your homework, and another teacher might have different things. So it's going to be very important that you learn each teacher, what they're like and what their expectations are of you, which means you're going to need to listen carefully and be very organised. Now, you will have a form tutor. Now, your form tutor is a very important person, okay, because they're the person you go to with any questions or concerns or worries that you have. So if you lose your bag, or you don't know where to find your maths classroom, or you're a bit worried because you don't think you've got any friends yet and you're worried about making friendships, your form tutor will be able to help you. So another big difference is that you might be in different sets or classes for each individual subject. Now, this might be a bit nerve-wracking for you. Perhaps you think, okay, well, that means I'm going to have to mix with lots of different people across the day. And yes, that's true. And some people do find that a bit overwhelming at first, but it's actually a really, really good thing because, for one, it helps you to meet lots of different people in your year group so that you don't only get to know the people in your form, you get to know lots of people. And that means that there's more opportunities to build those friendships and meet people from different backgrounds to you. And so once they get used to it, many students find it a really positive thing for them. Now, one thing that I know worries lots of Year 7s when they start is that the building of a secondary school tends to be much bigger than a primary school. Now, this is a really good thing because it means that the school has got, much more advanced facilities than you're probably used to at primary school. So some schools might have a swimming pool or a massive, sports hall or a theatre or a huge library. It can be very scary for many students when they first start, that they worry that they're going to get lost. Now, first of all, especially in your first few weeks, your teachers are not going to be cross with you if you get lost. The main thing is make sure that you ask questions, and if you are lost, just ask an older student and they're always going to be happy to help you find your classroom. Now, a big change from Year 6 to Year 7 is that because you've got all these different teachers all giving you different homework and asking you to do different things, you're going to have to be very organised, and your teachers are going to expect that from you. So that means bringing the right books to the right lessons. Some schools give you a locker so that you can keep your books in a locker. So if organisational skills are something you think you might perhaps find difficult, then I encourage you to talk to your Year 6 teacher and then your form tutor in Year 7 and ask them for some tips to help you organise yourself. Now, another change is that you will get more homework. And obviously the homework is going to be set by all your different teachers. Okay, so this is another thing that links to what I said before about needing to be organised to make sure that you meet all these deadlines. Now, another great thing about secondary school is you get loads more choice about things like clubs, or later in the school you'll get to choose which subjects you take for GCSE. And this means you can really develop your interests and hobbies even more than you already have, whether that be sports or crafts, etc. So keep an eye out for different posters or opportunities for clubs, etc., so that you can make sure that you expand your interests, and it's also a fantastic way to meet other students as well. Now, one thing that often happens for students in Year 7 is that their friendships change a bit, because Year 6 to Year 7 is such a big change. And sometimes when people go through a bit of a change, they find that actually they change a bit as well. Maybe their interests develop, or they meet new people and they try new things through them. And that can be a bit scary sometimes, because you might find that your best friend from primary school suddenly has lots of other friends. So first of all, make sure you're looking out for each other. So make sure you're talking to your current friends and you're saying, how are you finding year seven? Are you doing okay? Like, do you want to hang out? Make sure that you're investing in the friendships you already have. But also, don't be afraid if they change slightly, or you find that actually you are more drawn to different people. Okay, that's a very normal thing that happens as you get older, and sometimes that can be hard, but often it can be a really, really positive thing in the long run as well. So another thing that might happen in year seven is it because you're dealing with all these different teachers. Perhaps you've got a different journey to school. You have to get a bus or a train. You've got all this different homework. You're making new friends. You will find that you get really tired. So because of that, it's really important that you look after yourself. It means making sure you get enough sleep, and it means making sure that you do some things that you enjoy doing. So not just doing homework all night or procrastinating your homework, but making sure that you build in times to go to a sports club or spend time with your family or go for a walk with the dog, whatever you need to do to, have that relaxing time every day so that you can manage this tiredness that, again, is totally normal. So here are my top tips for starting year seven. Number one, most importantly, be yourself. If you're yourself, you're going to find friends who like you for you. Don't put on a mask and pretend to be someone you're not. The second one is ask questions. If you're not sure about the homework, ask the teacher. If you're not sure where you're going, ask another student in the school or ask your form tutor. Number three, it's so important to get organised. Okay, so that means making sure that at the start of the year you've got all your stationery. So in the summer after year six, that's a really good opportunity to make sure you've got a good pencil case, you've got the equipment like a calculator if you need that for maths, you've got enough pens and pencils, etc. to start you off for the year. Number four, keep an open mind. You might think, oh, I hate maths and I've always hated maths. But you might find that in a different setting at secondary school, actually, maths is a very, very different experience for you. Similarly, it might be that you think, okay, I don't really like playing sport, but then you try joining basketball club and you find that that's something you really enjoy. So don't limit yourself in the opportunities that you allow yourself to join in on when you start. Number five, use your planner. So when you start year seven, you'll be given a planner. Now, this is something that will have your timetable in it, and it's going to be where you write down your homework and keep track of what homework you need to do. And some schools will expect your parents to sign it because they want to check that you're using it. Number six, make a homework plan. So think about when is a good time for you to do your homework. Now, my best suggestion is do your homework as soon as possible when you get home. Get it out the way. If you get it done, then you can then relax and you can totally switch off from school until the next day. Okay, and I also recommend don't leave it till the last minute. Don't leave it till the lunchtime before or the night before, because then it's going to be stressful, and also you're not going to be able to do your best work, and then it's pointless. You've just wasted your own time. So think about in your week, when would be the best time to get it done so that you can tick it off and have that really good free time as well. Number seven, check in with your friends, talk to your friends, make sure that they're also coping okay with year seven and support each other, because it's easy to feel like you're alone and you're totally not. Everyone, even if they're acting confident, everyone is going to be feeling a bit nervous about this big change in their life. And I've said this before, but it's so important. Make sure you ask for help when you need it. And number nine, very important, make sure you look after your mental and physical health. Okay, so that means going to sleep at a good time. It means making sure you're eating healthy snacks and drinking enough water and sharing problems if you're feeling stressed, etc. Just make sure that you're looking after yourself, because going into year seven is a big change and it's important that you're keeping well through all of that as well. So I'd love to know what questions you have, and I'd love to answer them as well. So put any questions that you've got in the comments below, and make sure you like and subscribe. And if needed, I'll make more videos about what to expect in year seven. But I wish you all the best, and I'm sure you're going to have an amazing time at secondary school.